everyone, this video is going to take care of some of the questions in 3.1 that we didn't quite get to on Tuesday before we took our exam on Unit 1. So in this question we're asked to find the domain of the following function, f of x equals square root of x plus 4 plus 6. Domain again means all the x values, we talked about that. Now when we come to a square root function we have a question about what's allowed to be in the domain. Well, if I get the square root of a number and I want it to be a real answer, I need the radicand, what's inside, to be greater than or equal to 0. So irrelevant is the plus 6 at the end. We're really just interested in the square root of x plus 4 being greater than or equal to 0, which means that we need the x plus 4 itself to be greater than or equal to 0. That means that if I subtract 4, I have x is greater than or equal to negative 4. The way that I input that into the box here is I would say that x needs to be negative 4 or greater. The parentheses will go around the infinity symbol. Next, we'll take a look at a problem that involves the difference quotient. In particular, we have f of x equals negative 7x plus 2. The difference quotient, you'll see, will come into play more when you take calculus. So we'll need to do f of x plus h, which means replacing x with x plus h in this function, which means negative 7 times x plus h subtract 2. That gives me negative 7x minus 7h minus 2. Now we're going to take this right here, and we're going to subtract from it f of x. Okay, this means taking negative 7x minus 2 and subtracting it from what we already have. The result of that will be that this becomes a positive 7x and this becomes a positive 2. So combining our like terms, we see that the 7x, negative 7x, and positive 7x will cancel to 0. Negative 2 and positive 2 will cancel to 0, and I'll be left with just a negative 7h. The last thing that we do in our difference quotient is we divide by h. So dividing this by h, I get negative 7. So this is my final answer when asked to determine the difference quotient. Notice that they give you the formula for the difference quotient to begin with. Okay, we'll do one more with the difference quotient. That way you can see what happens when you have an x squared term. So when you do f of x plus h, you need to replace x with x plus h. That means I have negative 5 times x plus h squared minus 7 times x plus h plus 6. What I need to do here first is work out x plus h squared and then multiply all of that by negative 5. Now let's do a little bit of scrap work. We see that x plus h squared, if I FOIL it, will be x squared plus 2hx plus h squared. Multiplying all of that by negative 5, I have negative 5x squared minus 10hx minus 10h squared. So let's put that back over here. That's negative 5x squared minus 10hx minus 10h squared. Distributing the negative 7 in, I have minus 7x minus 7h plus 6. Again, from this I'm going to subtract f of x. So I'm going to do minus f of x, which means minus negative 5x squared minus 7x plus 6. All these signs are going to change subsequently. So I will have this become a positive, this will become a positive.